And all February, we've been highlighting local stories for Black History Month. This morning, we want to learn more about a Black History tour that the Heritage Society puts on right in the heart of Houston.
Yeah, so joining us this morning to tell us about the sites you can visit is one of the great granddaughters of Jack Yates, one of the founders of June 19th, Martha Whiting Goddard. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Yes, thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, so can we first talk about your relationship to Jack Yates? Did you ever get to meet your great-grandfather?
Oh, no. He passed away in 1897, and I wasn't born until over 50 years
You're like,
later.
thanks for that.
No, I didn't, but I did know his two youngest daughters, my grandmother and her sister, Pinky and Nanny. Those two I knew, and his youngest son, Paul. So I only knew three of his children, but no, he passed away much longer than I've been alive.
Yeah.
But we have his house here in Sam Houston Park at the Heritage Society, and so that's part of our tour that we have right now for Black History Month, from the plantation to emancipation.
Yeah.
The Heritage Society worked with Visit Houston to develop this tour.
Can you go back and tell us a little bit about the Black History tours?
Yes, our tour is called From the Plantation to Emancipation. It includes 3 homes that are here in Sam Houston Park. The Kellum Noble House, which is the oldest house on its original structure in Houston. It was built in 1847, and this site was the Kellum Noble Plantation. The other 9 homes that are in the park were all moved here from other places in Houston, and the Fourth Ward Cottage and the Jack Yates House were moved here from Fourth Ward, which is very near here because that's where Freedmanstown is. And this was part of Freedmanstown originally, back when we had emancipation here in Texas on Juneteenth in 1865. So those 3 houses, the Kellum Noble House, the Fourth Ward Cottage, and the Jack Yates House, are part of our African American Heritage Tour. This story that we tell in this journey is about someone who was enslaved at the Kellum Noble Plantation through a slave narrative from the Department of Congress that tells about how someone would have felt if they had been enslaved and lost their children. And we travel through the park to the houses from Freedmanstown, the Fourth Ward Cottage, and the Jack Yates House to tell a story about Harriet Yates, who became freed, and by 1870 had a house here in Houston. So it tells us first story from the perspective of someone who was enslaved and someone who was freed from slavery.
Wow. So are these self-guided tours, or as part of this, you have certain designated times and someone walks you through and tells you the history of everything?
Yes. Visit Houston helped us develop these tours. And so we have them on the 2nd and 4th Saturdays of each month, from twice a day right now, one at 12 and one at 2.
Okay. All right. And what is the cost of the tours if somebody's interested in? I didn't mean to catch you off guard.
I have to be sure
That's
that
okay.
I get the right amount. I think it's around between 25 and 30.
Okay, but it's at visithouston.com, and we can link people there on Click to Houston.
Visit Houston helped us develop these tours, and so we would like people to come out and learn about the history of Houston and about enslaved people, what life was like on the plantation, and what happened to them after they became newly free.
Yeah, I mean, history right in our own backyard, literally.
And about
Right.
how long are the tours running? Do you know what dates they're running through?
Well, we'll be running these tours now throughout. If people want to come and learn something about Black history here in Houston, they can come and schedule them throughout the year.
All right, even beyond Black History Month. I guess that's what we were wondering.
Right.
This is great information, and yeah, because we see them there. I mean, it's not like the houses go anywhere. So, and you can also walk in, right, and sort of do a self-guided, or do you have to make an appointment with these tours?
Well, if you want the reenactor to be here, those are the Saturdays that we have available.
Got it.
But we have tours, though, throughout the week when we're open from Tuesdays through Saturdays. That's a picture of our reenactor, Ty Stevens. And she portrays both the enslaved woman and my great-grandmother, Harriet Yates, in these tours.
Wow, very interesting. We appreciate you coming on to talk with us about those. Martha Whiting Goddard, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you.